Greetings, this is Robert Forsch with the YouTube channel Truth, and I've got some really important things to unpack for you. Basically, reality exposes the global lie. The water on the roof of the car, I've got about 10 of those polycarbonate jugs that I refill with my water system to provide a very good way to bathe in. I actually bathe in drinking water now. Heat it up on the stove, it warms my house and my water and me. Alright, so I'm going to take this up close and personal and unpack a few things for you. The clarity isn't the best. This will be my working water though. I'm going to take it up to the beach. Some of the different things that I'd like to illustrate, the lighting makes a huge difference, as you can see, and I've got the big jug with me. Polycarbonate is way healthier than the inexpensive plastic containers that a lot of people market, so you should be aware of that. I wanted to pick up a rock here. What I want to show you too is that simply moving a little bit over to the left, or the right, I'm sorry, the view changes significantly. Now, right up in the view from a distance, what I wanted to talk about a couple of things that are down below the wind chime there. So I've got the flat stationary water right there, and the wind chime, a seashell that'll float on the water, and look at that, a level, and right through that level is a plane mirror. It's a round mirror, and then I've got a container that I'll be demonstrating something really interesting with, I believe. In fact, let me tighten this up and just walk on down there and do it. So from what I was able to see in that, you should be able to see a really good view of the plane mirror through the Sears Craftsman level. It's on my photo album on Facebook. I've got a tremendous amount of content world that we live. And then I'll fill it right to the top. It'll show us what kind of a slope there is on the beach. Oh, I failed to mention the feather that's over there too. The feather is important because we used to communication. Going on. So I still can go live in a moment. If I had a security issue, I would probably go live immediately. So from this vantage point, before I take us on down there, in the summertime, the sun comes up way over there from this vantage point. I've got video and photo proof of it. Well, today, the sun obviously came up way over here. At this location, the Cherry Grove Fishing Pier in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area is facing southeast. And then right from this vantage point under the pier is one of the furthest points out. Oh, that's actually one of the beach renourishment vessels. A crane. Looks like it's got a pump on it for pumping the sand up on the beach. Let's see if I can show you the... Yeah, there's the Myrtle Beach skyline through the pier. It's focusing on the pier though. I'll show you later. And the Cherry Grove Fishing Pier at the Prince Resort. Beautiful location here. So when the truth is right in front of you, what will you do? And I'm not just talking about my YouTube channel, I'm talking about the reality of the world that we live in. There's my friendly wave to you. Now the light is hitting, the sun is hitting right over there on that window. And then there's basically like a kaleidoscope of conspiracy that's inundating humanity. Just so you know, I've hashtagged that, I talk about it. It's actually pretty important. The truth matters. Let's just walk over a little bit, see how it lined it right on up. I want to position my equipment a little bit better. There we go. So right from this vantage point, because of the trajectory of the light source and the shadows that are being created, you can see not only are the shadows really long, it's just very different. So now from this vantage point, I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit on the Myrtle Beach skyline. And the people enjoying it, people coming from all over the world to enjoy the beauty and majesty of creation. So some of the empirical evidence is that we can see way too much over long distances of obviously flat water. And when the humidity is high, because of evaporation and condensation, the hydrologic cycle, like on videos I've shot, we can't see a couple of miles. For gosh sake, sometimes I can't see more than a few 100 feet or less down the pier. The fog actually gets really thick here, of course. So let's move up a little bit closer. I see a ship on the horizon. Looks like a boat. Let's zoom in on that. Birds playing in the water. These guys are really interesting. Yeah, they're eating too. It's feeding time for them. That's the truth. And because of the laws of perspective, wow, that's an interesting looking rig, huh? Because of the laws of perspective, even on on a flat, level, concrete slab or undisturbed body of water, go ahead and drop your eyes way down, see what happens. So I'm wanting to help you get a handle on the truth. Hashtag it. Hashtag YouTube Truth. The other thing you can do is hashtag Robert Forsch. Let's see if I can zoom it in enough to show you on that. It's not focusing on that real well. My business card. I don't think I have one with me right now, but all my contact information is easy to find. So when I reach my hand in there, it's going to push some water out of the top. I'm actually going to take the camera up close to show you. So we'll just back away, and then I'll go ahead and zoom on up. The tide is coming in. Let me show you the numbers of that. You can ask Siri if you're moving. See what she has to say. You can also ask what your elevation is. Siri is what I use. It's the Apple program. So this is a free app called Tides Near Me. Those are some of the numbers on that. And the projections of these are very accurate from what I've been able to tell. Now, if I take the seashell here and just fill it up with water, no, it's not sinking. Well, there's actually some in it, some air in it yet. There we go. Just water seeking its level. Reality exposes the global lie. I didn't find the shell on the beach. I found it at Bolino's IGA beach store. A shell thin enough to see the light through. Not going to find it here most likely unless somebody bought it and put it out there. So I've had this particular level sit on my window ledge, and of course it doesn't move. If I want to put the sun in that mirror right there, I need to move where I'll be able to get the shot. Just a little bit of water loosens up the sand. That's just how it works, and it gently sat it down. So rather than just having scribes and scrolls, now we have instantaneous worldwide communications systems to help people get a handle on the truth. That's part of the idea of this, is that we have a digital means of transmitting that information. Look at how far that little feather shoots, or the hammer handle. I'll just get it from this vantage point. Put my hand apparently on the handle, but it's not. It's just the way that it's positioned, right? Perspective makes a difference. Got a little surprise. Well, it's no surprise for those of you who know me. Got a globe in there. I'm ready to unleash. Show you some things with that. So now the sun is obviously what's moving. And so what I'll end up doing is just positioning my device a little bit differently. Obviously, this is not an action thriller, at least not yet. I never know who's gonna show up, but this isn't a live broadcast like some that I've done. I've got a lot better control of the content quality-wise, more precision. That's why I'm doing it. I wanted to help give you an enhanced view of reality, basically. So undisturbed water is flat and level. However, it does bend. It perfectly fills its container. When this falls down next time, I don't want it to crack my glass. Should be okay. We can see the wind is coming from my back. Behind me, probably about 7 miles an hour or so. Let's see if the bubble has moved at all in that level. There would be no plumb or square, or I should say plumb or level if we were moving. Had to tighten up my bracket a little bit here. The other thing is I need to move ever so slightly so I can actually take the shot. So if I wanted to put the mirror in the shot and the bubble, I just need to move over a little bit. Let's see how that is. Something like that. See, the air doesn't get to the water and neither do the waves, so it's not moving. You can try really hard to, whoa, that's a lot of wind. Those are some serious gusts. So it looks like I'm not quite level. A little high on the right side there. I know how to fix that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm gonna bring it right on down, right in front of you here, and I'm gonna set it up a little bit differently, and then I'll show you that. Good morning. Post it in a little bit. So what I want to do, this has a window on the top of it. It's a vintage Craftsman contractor level. I think that looks pretty good. And a couple of things I wanted to unpack here for you, I'll show you in a moment. It also to illustrate how in a relatively short amount of time the water will get still. And then on on the mirror right here, what I'm going to show you is how challenging it would be to hold on to a mirror and have something like that float. What I mean is to take a bowling ball or a marble and hold it on a mirror. So mirrors are a big clue that's a part of this. From this vantage point, I can't see the angle I wanted to on the bubble, so I'm taking it right up front. So then one of the other dynamics is if we here we've got our law enforcement. Always nice to see them around. So I'm going to pour some water on, just like the firmament. We've got waters above, and then we've got the waters below. That's not moving the water inside there, inside the jug. Notice that? In fact, I do believe I want to show you that from a little different vantage point.